What's happening, everybody? Shelton J. Think About It Radio. It's Thursday. Let's get your home loan ready. Got a special guest, Miss LaTonya Realtor, credit repair specialist extraordinaire on the line. And we're going to get your home loan ready. Can you dig it? Miss Lotz, how are you doing this morning?
I am doing great this morning.
Solid. That's what I'm talking about. Great. Thank you so much for jumping on the show. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. And thank you for what you do. We're going to help the people get home loan ready today. You know, I hope you're as excited as I am because I love bringing these shows. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yes, and thanks for having me this morning.
You're very welcome. Before we get into anything, let the people know who you are, what you do, and ways they can contact you, because I guarantee after they get through speaking with you and we have a conversation, they're going to want to know more.
All righty then. Well, my name is LaTonya Lott. I am a realtor with Clayton Nash Real Estate. I'm also a credit repair specialist, so I'm your one-stop shop. I can be reached at 281-383-8618. I'm on social media, LaTonya Lott. That's my personal Facebook page. My business Facebook is Lots of Realty and Credit Repair. I'm on Instagram, Lots of Realty and Credit Repair. Twitter, The Real Miss Lott. So just plug in the last name, LOTTS, and you should be able to find me. Also, you can text me at 76626 by just typing in Lott. LOTTS. Remember the name and you'll find me.
Just like that. There's no way you can miss Miss Lotz. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly, man. What made you decide that you know what you want to be a realtor? You know what you want to come in and deal with real estate. No, what was your deciding factor for this?
Actually, I was following after my big sister. I have two older sisters. I'm the youngest. And so my older sister, in the early 2000s, started taking real estate classes. And she was like, you know what, I'm going to get into real estate and this and the other. And so she told my middle sister and I, hey, y'all should do it too. We can all do it together. So my middle sister and I took some courses and everything. And I actually went further with it and pursued it and actually got my license in 2006. And although my older sister, she's the one that initiated, she ended up going another route in the mortgage industry. So she decided, okay, well, I'm not going to do real estate. I'm going to do mortgage, working in the industry. And so I just kept with the real estate. I fell in love with it because I love looking at homes and just seeing how different homes are made and how people personalize homes and things of that nature. So it just became a passion. And then seeing that I can help people get into these homes, that just became like the most admiration thing for me. And I just fell in love with helping others. So that became my big why for real estate.
That's the reason why I asked you that question, because what you said right at the end, you fell in love with helping others. The only way you can succeed in this industry, because this thing is like a roller coaster. This industry goes up and down. They're talking about raising the rates next year, right? So it's going to be up and down. And so it depends on your industry and depending on what your niche is, depends on your success in this industry. So you're going to have to really love it and have a passion for it and a passion for people to ride it when it's rough, to ride it when it's crazy. Yeah. And so I really commend you for doing that. And that's why I asked you that, because you really have to have that. That's definitely important in this industry, because you're dealing with people. You're dealing with emotions. You're dealing with one of the most expensive purchases that they'll probably ever have. Right? So you want to make sure that you handle this thing with care and put yourself with a team of people that really care. So I would recommend, if you want a realtor, you don't have a realtor, get with one that cares, such as Miss Lotz, such as realtors out here that's trying to really, truly give you a part of them as they go through this process, because you're going to go through it together. As we said earlier, teamwork will make the dream work. We're all on the same team,
Yes.
That's the key to it right there. Now, as far as the credit repair piece that you have, right? And I'm assuming because as you see people were looking for homes and things of that nature, you hear a lot of people talk about the credit aspect and they can't get, through the lending process when it come to me, right? As far as the credit part. So what was your, your driving factor to say, let me just add a credit piece to this business as well?
Because it became hurtful, because I can put myself in a personal place. I know what it's like to want something and cannot get it. Whether if it's a house, a car, credit card, whatever the case may be, it may even be a bank account. And not able to obtain something that you really want, that's very hurtful. And I did not want to turn someone's dream down because they're unable to qualify for a loan. So in better way of helping them, I started just doing credit repair. Let me help you all the way. We're not going to let your dream die. We're going to make this dream become a reality. So therefore, if credit gets the issue, we're going to fix it. I got you. Let's take care of that. And let's get to where your dream aspiration is of becoming a home owner. Don't get discouraged or turned down or, just, so upset and fearful that this will never happen for you because of a score, because of a number. People make mistakes, things happen, life goes on. And we can correct those actions and get you to where you're trying to be.
Exactly. And that's the point, though. I think sometimes, man, I speak, listeners, if this is you guys, please let me know. I think sometimes people get so emotional behind that credit score, right? Because like the lower the score, the lower you feel. And you feel like you just failed yourself in life. But a lot of times it's just because of lack of education. Some simple moves that can be made, some simple strategies that can be done. That's all you have to do, but we just have to be in front of the person or the right people or the right team that's going to give you that. Because oftentimes is that if you do not have a valid credit score, a lot of these lending institutions, realtors or lending institutions, banks or whatever, right, they won't even call you back. They won't even discuss an action plan with you. So to connect yourself with someone that's going to not just tell you no, but we're going to tell you not right now, but here's the action plan, then that's invaluable. That's invaluable. So to have that, then you definitely want to keep that in your repertoire, if you will. I always want to use that word today. Repertoire. That's the word of the day. Repertoire is a word of the day. Hashtag repertoire. Anyway, so you want to make sure that you have that in your repertoire, right? People that really has your back and that really can give you valid resources rather than just going to take your money. Because one thing I found out, that hope is for sale. Hope is for sale. Someone will sell you some hope. Someone would sell you some hope. Notice I did not say results. I said hope. That's for sale. And so you want to make sure you get with somebody that's not going to sell you hope, but that's going to actually give you proven results because it's a win-win-win situation. Those are kind of situations you want to continue to put yourself in. The latter part of 2017 that we're almost out, and 2018. Put yourself in win-win-win situation, not just win-win. Let's just go above and beyond. Because, see, just doing enough has got us in the situation that we are in right now today. If we're in a situation, we want to do more than enough.
That's right.
Exceed our own expectations of ourselves, right? And so what are some of the tips that you would tell some young homeowners that's looking for a home, that's saying, you know what, I'm tired of renting. I want to become a homeowner. I want to put myself in a better position. In your years of experience as a realtor, what would you say to some people that's in that endeavor looking for home ownership?
It is real. It's obtainable. It is something that can happen. People think like it is so hard to become a homeowner. And believe it or not, it can be the easiest thing, especially if you have the right group of people to work with and to work for you. As a young person that's looking to purchase a home, you just want to make sure that your score is where it needs to be, and that's just bottom line. Everything is based on that score. And it's not even about the money. You don't have to have $20,000 in your bank account. There's so many programs that's available that's out there to where that you can have zero down payment to no payment at all. And I know that you can attest to that, Shelton. I'm being in the loan industry, that there are so many different programs to help people with that down payment assistance so that money is not always the biggest factor. The main thing is that score. As long as your score is at a qualifying level, then you have no worries. You are good to go.
Yeah.
And just keep that in mind. Just always want to maintain that credit score. And like I said, if it's not where it needs to be to qualify, we will get you there. So there's no worries at all.
Exactly. There are options. There are so many options out here. Now, with the down payment assistance and things of that nature, they have options for down payment assistance. I don't really push those programs a lot per se, unless a person needs them. I'll say something about them. The reason being is because the rate is normally a little bit higher, right? And then the score, and as you say, the score has to be at least a 640 or better on a lot of those programs with the down payment assistance programs, right? And if they're going to give you that money, just to give you guys a tip too, the underwriter is looking to see if you guys have income in the bank. So even if you may not need to put $5,000 or $10,000 down, you want to show at least $5,000 or so, because you got to pay for closing costs outside. You have to pay for the appraisal, the inspections. Those are things you're going to have to pay outside of closing costs. So you want to make sure that you show that you have that income available in order to do that. So even if you have a down payment program where you may have to come out of pocket per se from this loan, maybe only $1,000 or so, you still want to make sure that you have that money to show in the bank, because what they're looking at is a pattern. Okay, they want to look at a pattern of paying on time, saving, because now is that if you're already struggling with this stuff right here and we don't have a mortgage added to your credit liability yet, then guess what's going to happen? The liability is going to be the first one to go. And lenders look at that and they know that. So you want to make sure that you create the best picture possible. Okay, your best financial picture possible. Just like when you post something on social media, you post your best picture possible, right? You get fly, you get good, and you get hashtag I woke up like this. No, you didn't. You woke up with slob on your face and cookabugs in your eye. I mean, I got country on you real quick. So you didn't wake up like that. Don't lie. So, but what I'm saying is that, you want to put your best picture forward when you go present it to the mortgage industry. So because we're going to look at 2 months worth of bank statements. If you have any lates, don't let me look at one with the lates on there. Wait till you get the lates off. Not the lates or the NSF charges. You don't want to have that on there. We look at those things. So you want to just make sure, again, would you put it like this? If you look at your financial situation today, would you lend yourself some money?
That's right. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you say no, then guess what? Fix that situation, because it's fixable. 400 credit score, all it can do is go up. We just have to be able to present the best picture for it. But if you never look at it, then you'll never know. And I think you can attest to that as well. A lot of times people don't even look at that credit. And let me tell you guys this. Pre-approval letters are solid gold to realtors. Can I get an agreement?
Yes. That's all we need to get the green light, is to know that you're pre-approved.
Pre-approved, because now you're not wasting anyone's time, your time, the realtor's time. And because when you go through my company, guess what? We already have an underwriter that has eyeballs on this loan. We've already looked at it and said, okay, you know what? That's something definitely they can do. Go forth and write the pre-approval letter. As long as the borrower don't go out and buy anything else, go get the credit ran in again, don't put themselves in a situation, then it's something different you can move forward. So pre-approval letters, that's like your preparation. That's like, hey, we got it. This is like a wallet of money, basically, because if you've sent in your financials and they've been verified, then everything is good to go, because, again, this is a transaction, being a big financial transaction, and you don't want to waste anyone's time, because everyone puts value on their time. So make sure you're as prepared as possible and have prepared people around you that can help you throughout this process.
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
And also to piggyback off of what you stated about having money for closing costs, as your realtor, I'm always going to negotiate that as well, whether it's a resale or working with a builder. I always try to negotiate in the closing costs. 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty good at getting it covered. There's a few deals that may have not gotten closing costs covered, but I try to get that get your out-of-pocket expense as less as possible. So just know, working with me, LaTonya, as your realtor, we're going to try to keep your out-of-pocket expense as less as possible.
See there you go. And see, now, just with the expenses, you just have to just show them on paper. Just be able to show again. Just show them on paper. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to spend them. It's going to cost me this much. No, we send out a loan estimate. This is how much it's going to be. And then once the contract gets written up through the realtor and through the seller, whatever, then we start adjusting those fees, and then we send this out. This is how much it's going to be. And then, so therefore, you won't be uneducated throughout the process, basically what I'm saying. If you want to learn, then we're more than willing to teach you. And that's all this whole thing is, because an informed consumer is the best consumer. Because what's going to happen after you go through this experience with a great realtor and a great loan originator giving you guys value? You're going to tell somebody else about this great experience. The same way if that she never called you back, I never called you back, you never dealt with me, I never dealt with you in a positive way. You're going to tell everyone about that also, right? So we want to just make sure that we set the positive narrative that, excellent customer service is expected. It's required. And that's what you're supposed to have. The reason why Chick-fil-A stands out so great, right? Because why? Excellent customer service. No matter how many people come through their line, they're dedicated to give excellent customer service. No matter what town, no matter what Chick-fil-A, no matter what drive-through, you're going to get a smile and your lemonade, right?
That's right.